Hey everyone, welcome to the session by Intellipaat. First of all, wish you all a very happy Diwali. And in this session, guys, we'll be quickly checking out a couple of concepts with respect to machine learning engineer, such as salary, skills, responsibilities, and so much more. So, without further ado, make sure you stay subscribed to our channel to be in touch with all of the amazing content that we'll be putting out for you guys. So, on that note, let us check out the agenda for today's session, guys. Well, to start out with, we'll be checking by who a machine learning engineer is. Second, we'll be checking out the machine learning engineer's job requirements, which are required to pretty much empower a machine learning engineer and go about doing his job. Third, we'll be looking at the roles and responsibilities of a machine learning engineer, guys. And fourth, we'll be checking out all of the job trends that are present for a machine learning engineer and all of the hype behind this. And number five, we'll be checking out a machine learning engineer's salary. And lastly, I'll be helping you to build a resume with respect to a machine learning engineer's perspective. So, on that note, let us check out who a machine learning engineer is. Guys, let us get this out of the way right now. So machine learning engineers are extremely sophisticated programmers who develop systems, machines, and these machines can pretty much go about learning on their own and applying knowledge, and they would not require any specific direction to pretty much go about doing the same as well. So if you think whatever job you're doing or any other computer science job is cool, well, think about it again, right? A machine learning engineer job seems amazing. So, what is the goal of a machine learning engineer's job? Guys, to put it into one simple sentence and to just hold it under one banner or one umbrella, say, this is what I would put it as. Well, achieving artificial intelligence is pretty much the primary goal of any machine learning engineer, guys. So, by achieving artificial intelligence, I mean, those are some big terms there, right? It might be anything, something very small, right? So, let's say they're just, customizing a chatbot, or they just want to probably dim the lights in their office for Diwali or something. Think about it, so many things, right? So a machine learning engineer can cover everything from these simple things all the way till guidance to Mars or guidance to Moon, and help our space agencies as well, ISRO, NASA, SpaceX, and so much more. We have machine learning engineers everywhere in the world. So, and the main important thing that you guys need to know about a machine learning engineer is that this role, right? So this role requires the person to talk to a lot of people, a lot of different teams in the office, and hence it'll include a lot of customization as well, because every client's requirement for artificial intelligence purposes, or let's say they have a particular requirement for machine learning, and this changes from every person to the other person, right? So this one particular job where you'll be extremely creative and where you'll be on your creative front foot at all the time is pretty much a machine learning engineer's job. So, what are the requirements of a machine learning engineer, guys? So, think about it. Well, to simplify it, just for the sake of this video, I've put the requirements into two tabs, guys. One would be the educational requirements, and the other one would be the skill requirements. Well, let us begin by checking out the educational requirements. Well, think about it, right? So, pretty much for being a machine learning engineer, you need to have a very solid background in something, right? So, this is one of the very hyped, designations out there. Well, the most important thing that you would need to know is that these machine learning engineers pretty much they're either out of their masters or they have a doctoral degree in computer science discipline and so much more. Well, fear not if you do not have a master's or a doctor's degree as well. We're going to pretty much guide you through about how you can pretty much go about becoming a machine learning engineer. And the major important field of study here, again, guys, pretty much you would have guessed it by now, it is computer science. Well, instead of or mathematics, let's say and mathematics, because machine learning is a world which revolves around mathematics, and then you would be applying these mathematical concepts with respect to code. So it's computer science and mathematics, guys. So again, you might be wondering if experience is required, before applying or anything. Well, yeah, Majority of the companies pretty much ask for about 4 or 5 years of experience in the same field of artificial intelligence or machine learning. Well, so aren't there any fields for any juniors? Well, fear not, my friends. Pretty much everyone these days is hiring for an associate machine learning engineer and an associate software engineer in the field of artificial intelligence and so much more. And I'll be walking you through all of the jobs as well. I have a very good couple of statistical numbers that I think you guys might be interested in. So on that note, what are the programming languages you might require, right? So top of the head, I think you would require C++, guys, or you might require Java as well. You might require Python and so much more. But then the educational requirements, the foundation has to be computer science and mathematics. So it's a combination of both, guys. Let's say the best of both worlds. So coming to the skill requirements again, this is the expanded version of the educational requirements, by the way. So with respect to the skill requirements, again, it requires exceptional mathematical skills in order to perform computations, right, and work with all of the algorithms, because again, machine learning is full of algorithms, and then working with each of these algorithms, especially calculus, you would require probability, you will require so much more, right? So you will require the concepts of differentiation, integration, and so much more. So knowing offhand that you're very good at these skills is again a very good asset to have for a machine learning engineer, guys. And then communication skills are extremely important because you might be wondering how I am very good at coding. Why would I require communication skills, right? Well, you need to explain what you're doing to the people who are non-programmers. Let's say these people that you have to explain to are your respective managers or your directors and so much more. Well, they might not have the skills required to probably type out the entire algorithm or pretty much do a binary classification in Python and so much more. Well, they would not know that, and you have to communicate your work to them in such a way that you are understood, right, at the end of the day. And then again, you need to put it out in such a way where you'll be publishing articles on the work, or let's say you want to do more research work as well. Well, you need people to understand what you're saying. So communication skill again is extremely important, guys. And the third important skill that's required is very strong analytical skills. Well, analytical skills again is extremely vital because again, think about it, there's a lot of analysis with a lot of data that's going on in the back end. So emphasis on a lot of data, because again, you'll be working with your big data architects as well. They'll be pretty much giving you all the data. They'll be cleaning up the data for you. You'll have to be working on the data, run a couple of algorithms on the data, further clean up the data, do so much more with the data. So having these analytical skills to pretty much take raw data and make it, convert it into information, this is a very good asset and a very good requirement for a machine learning engineer, guys. So again, as we have already been kept on mentioning for a while now, the type of programming that machine learning engineers do is very sophisticated, guys. Well, fear not if you do not know the type of programming these machine learning engineers do. Stick to the end of the video and I'll be guiding you on how you can get certified in the same, guys. So on that note, we need to check out the roles and responsibilities of a machine learning engineer. So what are the different roles that are expected out of a machine learning engineer, guys? Well, it says that you're supposed to assert all the production tasks to check if they're working properly in terms of execution and scheduling. Well, good enough. You'll be checking execution and scheduling as well. You need to abuse machine learning libraries to their extremes, and this again will lead to adding new functionalities, exploring new ways that you can sell your product better, make your product better, engage with different audience, and so much more. And third one, ensuring that your data science code is always maintainable, always scalable and debuggable. Let's say you're just a company of 10 people right now and you want to move it to, let's say, 1,000 or 10,000 people, right? So having that scalability feature and implementing machine learning to do it for you is again amazing. Having it debuggable as well. Well, think about it. Let's say you'll not be the only one in the entire company working on some machine learning concept, right? You will have teammates, you will have peers, superiors, juniors, and so many people, right? So all these people have to combine, come together, understand the code, what's going on. If there's a mistake, then each one has to debug each one's work and so much more. So again, having maintainability, good scalability, and debuggability in the code is very good, guys. So again, the fourth thing is to automate and abstract away very different repeatable routines that are present in most machine learning tasks. Well, you need to figure out how to make it unique for your organization, right? Because with respect to machine learning, it's a lot of iterations, it's a lot of doing the same thing that everyone else does. Well, you need to move away, stray away from this to make sure that you can do something on your own, keep it unique, and keep it very efficient at the same time. And then the fifth one again is probably the most important thing, guys. Well, it is to bring up the best software development practices to the data science team and help them speed up their work. Well, think about it. Your data science team in any company, let's say as a machine learning engineer, even you would be a part of the data science team. And to bring out the best software development practices, having them combine with each other, making sure that they gel with each other, all your work is going good, your data is being handled perfectly, your data is being machined perfectly, it's being analyzed perfectly, and so much more. And then choosing the best operational architecture together with your DevOps team, right? Again, DevOps team forms one of the very pillars of any organization, in my opinion, guys. So, working with them to find out the best architecture that holds everything, the development side, the operation side, everything together, and to bring it under one umbrella. Again, this is a very important thing, guys. And then the next important thing would pretty much be to go on, check for performance improvements wherever you want, wherever you can, and then deciding. Here's the important part: you need to go about deciding which machine learning technologies that you need to put in a production environment there is, guys, because you will have a couple of testing environments, working environments, production environments, and so much more, right? So you need to know what machine learning technology needs to be put where. This again is a very important role of a machine learning engineer, guys. So coming to the responsibilities, let me walk you through quickly. Well, a machine learning engineer's responsibilities pretty much start out like this. Well, running your machine learning algorithms using a programmed language with machine learning libraries. Again, you need to perform a lot of experiments to know what works for you, what doesn't work for you, what works for your company, and so much more. And then the next thing is to pretty much go on to deploying your machine learning solutions directly from testing into production, guys. And this obviously calls for optimizing all of the solutions with respect to performance, with respect to scalability, and so much more. And the next thing is pretty much data engineering, right? So you need to have amazing data flow in between your databases, in between your backend systems, to make sure that everything in between your front end, back end, all your data, the data movements in the entire system, the process of data engineering, what we call it, is working as it should. And this would be an advanced responsibility, I would say, but then it involves implementing custom machine learning code, which again is pretty much depending on your company, depending on your firm, your team size, so much more, right? So that would be unique to each and every one. And then analyzing all of the data that comes with it, coming up with different use cases for all of your data, doing so much more, guys. So if you've been following me through the roles and responsibilities slide, then it pretty much sounds so much, it sounds a lot overwhelming, right? Well, the overwhelming job pretty much pays amazingly well, guys. So make sure you stay for a little while. I'll be discussing the salary as well, and the salary of a machine learning engineer is amazing. So, on that note, we need to check out a machine learning engineer's job trends. Well, here's what I could pick up from Forbes.com. So, an esteemed writer there pretty much says machine learning engineer's job is the best job in the United States, according to the website, very famous job hunting website called Indeed.com. Well, think if this is a top ranking article in Forbes, a machine learning engineer is the best job in the United States according to Indeed, and that's such a strong statement, right? So think about it for a second. Probably give this statement again a read. I'll just be back in 30 seconds. Let me grab a quick drink of water and I'll be back. Hey guys, so I'm back. Pretty much again, artificial intelligence and machine learning job postings on the website of Indeed rose almost 30% over the last year in between May 2018 and May 2019, guys. Well, think about it. 30% seems like a small number, but every day Indeed's website pretty much gives way to about 1,000 new jobs, and at the end of it, they have lakhs and lakhs of jobs. Now, what do you think is the 30 is the number which forms when we calculate 30% of a lakh jobs? That many new jobs just got added in between the duration of 1 year, guys. Just 1 year. So how amazing is that? And here are more statistics for you. There has been around, let's say, 5,000 machine learning engineering job posts on Indeed.com's website in just India, guys. Whatever you're looking is all the cities that are present in India. Well, here's the location-wise division of machine learning engineer job posts. In Bangalore alone, we call it Bengaluru. Well, in Bengaluru alone, we have 1,500 new jobs that are posted on Indeed's website. In Hyderabad, we have 500 jobs. In Pune, we have 300 jobs. Chennai, 200 jobs. All these jobs have the designation machine learning engineer with them, guys. So think about it. How amazing is this? When people go about saying artificial intelligence or machine learning, does not have any scope or has very less scope compared to, let's say a Java developer or something, guys, the numbers are right in front of you. This again pretty much comes up to over 2,500 jobs in just the majority of the cities in India. Well, if you think India was just the common playground, well, think about the world right now. Let me bring you a couple of statistics from the United States of America, guys. So there are about 30,000 machine learning engineer jobs posted again. Seattle has about 2,500 job postings. New York wants 1,500 machine learning engineer. San Francisco wants 1,400 of us. Chicago wants 500. California wants 500. Again, these numbers just keep going up. Well, every time pretty much I have this schedule where every 3 months I just keep coming to these job hunting sites to check out what the trends are. And to my astonishment, every time I come step out there, just search for something, it's amazing. All these numbers always keep going up, and I'm flabbergasted every time I just take a look at these numbers, guys. So on that note, how are the divisions? Who are the companies that are hiring so many people around the world, right? We have Amazon, who top the numbers when it comes to hiring machine learning engineers, because they want 2,500 machine learning engineers across the globe. Next, we have JP Morgan Chase, and Morgan Chase people who want about 1,000 of us. Microsoft wants 500. Accenture wants 300. Google wants 300. Google wants 300. Whoa, that's cool, because I was expecting, because Google pretty much has their own DeepMind, their entire TensorFlow project set up and running, and they still want 300 people more is amazing. So Google always is on their front foot when it comes to hiring machine learning engineers, guys. Cisco, the world's biggest network company, probably they want 250 of us. Facebook wants 200 people. Well, Facebook again has this amazing machine learning and deep learning team and aspect when it comes to that, and they run their own people who work at Facebook founded PyTorch, and they have so much more, guys. So it is amazing to know that they require 200 machine learning engineers as well. And Deloitte is an amazing company, and these guys require 150 of our machine learning engineers as well. So the world is your playground, guys. As you're looking at it, so many jobs are there. You just need to find the right path to get from where you are and into these companies, right? So let us take a moment and take a look at a couple of job descriptions from a machine learning engineer. Again, I had to pick up Google, because Google is a fantastic example and a fantastic benchmark when it comes to machine learning, right? So Google has again posted around 300 jobs looking for machine learning engineer on Indeed.com, just as we saw. Here's a sample designation that they're looking for. They're looking for software engineers with respect to machine learning. And here are the responsibilities, guys. Well, software engineers on the operation research team will have two roles. One role is to develop combinatorial optimization solvers. And then the second thing is to help customers, and these customers might be inside Google, outside Google, to solve their optimization problem. So Google is hunting the optimization train because of their operations research team. And then participate in cutting edge research with respect to artificial intelligence and machine learning applications. Develop solutions for real world large scale problems. Guys, we're talking about Google, probably the world's biggest company, right? These guys are encouraging in their job responsibilities that they pretty much want you to. Oh, sorry about that. So these guys, again, they're indulging you and they're wanting you to pretty much go get into research, do more research with respect to artificial intelligence and machine learning as well. Think about it. And if you're not convinced enough, here is another job description from the big company called American Express, guys. So these guys again have about 50 jobs looking for machine learning engineers on Indeed.com, and they have the designation looking, which is perfectly matching to ours. It's called as the machine learning engineer. So what are the responsibilities of the people at American Express? What? Well, they say that 70% or more of your time will be spent on coding or technical hands-on analysis and implementation of reusable frameworks to drive adoption of machine learning in MX. MX is short for American Express. And then combine your data science and your engineering skills to solve very interesting problems that pretty much go about directly and greatly impacting millions of individuals worldwide. Whoa, read that again. Directly and greatly impacting millions of individuals worldwide. How cool is that? And then not only creating machine learning prototypes, but also taking these prototypes from their prototype stage and putting them into production and scaling them up. Whoa, this is amazing. And then being a part of be part of a dynamic team. They say that their team is already dynamic. Okay, beautiful. And then they say that play a visible role in implementing cutting edge technology and machine learning solutions with other industry leading partners. Amazing, amazing. So think about it, right? So a machine learning engineer works in hand, in team, with in the same team, other teams in the company, and then they're participating in worldwide competitions as well with respect to their industry leading partners, competitors, and so much more. This is why I love the world of machine learning, guys. And then lastly, they want you to work with a large complex data set which is used to build products and tools that enhance colleague and customer experience. Well, at the end of it, any product company would want to enhance colleague and customer experiences, right? Take a second to probably read this slide again and think about it. Tell me that that sounded well. So, coming to the most important slide that you guys probably are waiting for is the machine learning engineer salary, guys. Well, I have very big numbers for you. Again, think about it. We already talked about how cool a machine learning engineer's job is, right? And you need to go get that number one ranking job in the whole world of computer science, and then you'll be presented with an average salary of $95,000 per year. So this is in American dollars, guys. Well, I had to bring the number down. It starts all the way from $80,000 and goes all the way to $160,000 per year. So I pretty much averaged out the entire salary and came up with a figure of almost $100,000. But then, if you had to look at the salary pretty much around the world, it is $95,000. And if you have to directly look at the American states, look at pan United States of America, it is about $120,000 per annum, guys. So it's above the average that I've mentioned. But at the end of it, let's say a machine learning engineer, you are a machine learning engineer, guys. I can guarantee you that you will be a very rich person if you hold the designation of a machine learning engineer. I mean, look at those numbers, right? So we've pretty much seen their job description as well. I mean, sure, it's a lot of work, but then knowing that you will have that number one ranking job in the entire world and a damn good salary is a win-win for you guys. As, let's say, as an enthusiast or as a programmer or as anything, right? A job that you enjoy while you code, pretty much a good salary in hand, an amazing designation, and so much more. So the machine learning engineer salary is again out of this world, guys. Again, a data scientist pretty much shares some of the perks a machine learning engineer does as well, and that pretty much also includes a salary. Even a machine learning, I mean, even a data scientist earns somewhere around the same as a machine learning engineer, but the skill sets of a machine learning engineer would probably be a little bit higher when it comes to a data scientist, guys. So on that note, I thought let me just quickly help you organize your resume a little bit better in case you guys already choose to apply for a machine learning engineer's job. So, on that note, again, building a fine resume, think about it, in my opinion, is the most crucial part in landing your dream job, right? So, your resume is your entire life story in probably 1 or 2 pages max. So, making sure that it stays beautiful, it's very informative, and it pretty much, surprises the employer again, or the person who's hiring you is very important, right? So here at Intellipaat, we think that these four are the most important steps that are needed to pretty much go on building your resume. The first thing is introduction, guys. You need to know how you should go about introducing yourself, because putting yourself, they say first impression is the best impression in the world. Well, you're pretty much the introduction, the first couple of paragraphs. So the first paragraph itself is going to be your best introduction to the person who's hiring you, right? So the introduction part of it should be very tight, guys. And the second thing is domain relevance. Again, uh, we already know that the world of artificial intelligence is huge, right? We have artificial intelligence, we have machine learning, we have deep learning, so much more even under those concepts, right? So I just mentioned the umbrella, the three main umbrellas under which our entire world pretty much functions. So knowing that, let's say there is a job which requires you to be an expert in machine learning, but you're an expert in artificial intelligence, then you would also need to know that again a machine learning engineering engineering is a part of artificial intelligence, right? So knowing that you are applying for the right domain, getting into the right job, knowing what's going on in the industry, and then mapping your resume to it is very important in the point of domain relevance, guys. And thirdly, this would be, in my opinion, the most important thing that you should be putting in your resume, guys. It's about showcasing your skills. Come on, be amazing in your resume where you're selling yourself, guys. So pretty much a resume is a two-sheet version of you. You might be an amazing guy or girl in your entire life. Well, the person who's hiring will not know that. You need to sell yourself, and you need to show that you've done something where you deserve the huge salary that these guys are paying, or let's say even to be a part of good companies like Amazon, Facebook, Google, and so much more, right? So your skill set again is your personal skill set, professional skill sets, and so much more. And one more very important thing is the couple of certifications that you get, couple of certifications that these hirers think are extremely important, are what is to be shown in the skill sets, guys. When telling them that, hey, look, I am certified in this, here's a certificate, and then if the certification is from a big institute such as us, then you're pretty much upping your game with respect to having your resume being shortlisted everywhere, guys. And then the first important thing is educational qualifications. Well, at the same time, as you've already talked about it, well, having an amazing grasp on mathematics, again, converting all these mathematical concepts into code, and then directly having an impact with respect to mathematics and code when they're clubbed together, again matters a lot, right? So you need to be very strong in your basics, and at the end of it, that's all they're checking how good your basic is, and so much more, and educational qualifications pretty much tells them that. So on that note, you might be wondering, okay, Anirudh, good, now I know what a machine learning engineer does, but from now on, where do I go further, right? Well, fear not, my friends. I have something very interesting for you here as well. Read just read the quote on your screen right now. It pretty much says, "An investment in knowledge pays the best interest there is in the entire world." Wow, how strong of a quote is that? I just love this quote. I have it on my desk at my office as well. An investment in knowledge pays the best interest. Amazing, right? Well, guys, to just enhance your further learning, it is my duty to tell you that here at Intellipaat, again, we have an amazing YouTube channel where our subject matter experts keep punching out content for you guys day in and day out. And we've covered a wide range of topics here as well. And then let's say you're not much into watching videos, but you're a very avid blog reader. Well, fear not, we have an Intellipaat's blog channel, which again is we've pretty much been pushing out some amazing blog content there as well, guys. So in this note, if you guys are pretty much looking for a certification where you think that, okay, well, YouTube is good, reading blogs are good, so what next, Anirudh? Well, let me just quickly guide you through our machine learning course certification, guys. Well, here's a quick overview of our amazing machine learning course, and we have over 2000 learners for this particular course, guys. So this course again is pretty much learned using Python as well. And fear not if you do not know Python. We are here to guide you, and pretty much you'll be given the fundamentals. You'll be trained in the fundamentals of pretty much using data to train machines. You'll be pretty much taught how you can go about working with an artificial neural network. You'll be taught linear regression, logistic regression, SVMs, that are support vector machines, designing a machine learning system, principal component analysis for data modeling, and so much more, guys. Again, obviously, we need to start with the Python basics, move into NumPy, SciPy. Again, SciPy is used for scientific computing, and this forms a majority of our machine learning concepts as well. Then we have Pandas for data analytics. Then we'll pretty much go about starting with our machine learning concepts. I will be checking out supervised learning, unsupervised learning, reinforcement learning, why there's a division, what's the division, and then learning and working with a data set for each of these cases, guys. And then we'll be diving right into the heart of supervised learning and check into linear regression as well. Again, we'll be implementing linear regression from scratch, guys, so much more. And at the end of it, we'll have an introduction to deep learning as well, so we can figure out what an artificial neural network is and how it functions with respect to a biological neural networks and so much more. And check out these amazing projects that we have for you guys. So we have so many classifications here. We have a demo video in case you guys want to check it out as well. And then at the end of it, you'll be presented with a certificate, which is extremely vital for your resume, because this certificate is recognized in top MNCs, guys. So everything from Ericsson, Cisco, Cognizant, Sony, Musigma, Saint Gobain, Standard Chartered, TCS, and so much more, right? So even Genpact, Hexaware, guys, I can keep naming these. And then this certificate adds a lot of validation to your particular resume, and at the end of it, the skill sets are all that matters, right? So I hope you guys take up the course, get enrolled, and then learn a lot from that particular course, guys. So on that note, I hope you guys enjoyed this really quick live session. And again, once again, wishing you all a very happy Diwali in advance from all of us at Intellipaat. So if you guys need any help, make sure you pretty much leave a comment in the comment section below or reach out to our support team. We are always here and we are always happy to help our fellow learners, guys. So have a good evening and bye-bye.